how am I going to get out of this? I got to get out of this. I can't do this. I'm going to sit here and cry on YouTube. I'm going to be sweating. I'm going to be dying. There's no way I'm going to be able to do this. Hello everybody, welcome back to the cabin. Welcome back to the Commonwealth Flipper channel. Just want to say hello. If you're new to the channel, this is Commonwealth Flipper. We have another channel, Commonwealth Picker, but this is our shed here, so welcome, and we're glad you joined us. I'm saying that because there's a few more people who came over again from Matt, part-time picker, part-time flips, and from his wife, which I have a bone to pick with y'all, I gotta tell you. At any rate, we're going to talk about that in just a second, and we're going to talk about some awesome sales. I just had two great sales. I'm sitting out, I'm looking out my window here. I have a chair underneath the tree, one of my favorite places in the world, and I just had two great sales pop on right before I was going to come in here. So I'm hopefully going to push those back to the next video, but I have some other really good sales here today as well. I don't think we have a Homeschool Hustler store sale, but we do have a few. So if you only tune in for Turner, you can tune out today. He'll be back soon, I'm sure. But the challenge that so many of you have come over here for, just to see me suffer. We'll talk about that in just a second, but before we do that, let's take a look at what's sold. All right, here's something I used to sell and then didn't sell and then started to sell again. It's the cranberry Vision Corningware. I always sell the amber, and that was always a good seller for me for years and years and years, and then it became a good seller for everybody. During COVID, people were cooking in, but I avoided the cranberry for a while because it dipped down, but now it's back up. This little one, actually, I think these are selling for more, than the amber ones are right now. I could be wrong. I gotta double check that, but this one's over 20 plus shipping for a 1 liter, which is really good. It has the spout. So the cranberry ones, if you see these two, if you're willing to do a little bit of shipping, I mean, it's not a ton of money. And don't pay, $6 for this thing. Pay a couple of bucks and you'll be all right. All right, here's an interesting combo. What do you think? How often do people buy these two things together? Must be a viewer, right? That's what I think. When somebody buys something like this together, especially in Canada, must be a viewer. But I looked everywhere. I couldn't find a message. Diane is the name. So Diane, thank you. I'm just going to assume you're a viewer here. And it's headed off to Canada. Let me look at the price. $38.76. This one for sure has been in the store a while, so we must have had this one on the clearance. Normally if they're in the store for more than a year, we'll put it on clearance. It's an Orvis shirt. It's a really nice shirt. Really good condition. And this jug is awesome too. I just saw this one and I'm like, I don't know if it's going to sell or not, but somebody's going to want this thing. It looks awesome. I love that vintage look cooler, even though Igloo is starting to sell my coolers again. I don't know if you can see that over there. I've been selling those for years, and now Igloo's reproducing them. Oh well, that just means that we're on the cutting edge here of culture, right here in the eBay cave. Or here in the cabin. Sorry. Anyway, thank you, Diane. We appreciate it. All right, this came from a box from Commonwealth Grandpa. Great sale. Y'all were ripping me on the video a couple times ago. You're like, your dad did better than you did. I got to give him props. He did amazing. So this one right here sold for 14 plus shipping fairly quickly. I try not to undercut the market too much. I try to put mine at, above the bottom of the market. And I think condition is a big deal when you're trying to do that. I don't want to undercut because everything goes down. Hopefully if you just do everything else right, put the title right, make good pictures, you shouldn't have to undercut all the time. And so I undercut with one, but this one I didn't. I think I placed it above the market just a shade, I believe. Anyway, this one's over $14 plus shipping. Not a huge winner, but when you buy a box full of these things, I mean, you don't have to have huge winners. You can make money anyways. But the other one is a loser. 1995, which is the year I graduated high school. Here, Neon, Dodge Neon. And this, it's a Neon, for goodness sake. People ask me sometimes, they're like, well, how do you know which one to buy? Just look at the thing and you're like, is that a popular car? Would somebody still want to be driving that car? Neon would not be high on that list, but sometimes really, really bad cars sometimes get sold too. I think that one was 7 plus shipping and the other one was 14 plus shipping. All right, so we're going to add that to the Commonwealth Grandpa deal here. So he spent $115 at this sale. We're going to go on for pages. Incredible sale. So we're only just a few sales into this thing, and we almost have made back the initial buy. So 115 in, 100 out so far. and we're going to get there really quick. As soon as I get to list it, I haven't even listed all that stuff. I haven't even come close, actually. So Commonwealth Grandpa did a great job. All right, before I show you the rest of the stuff that's sold in here, and there are some pretty cool things, can't wait to show you. Let me just talk about this really quick. I shouldn't be blaming you. I should be blaming your husband right there. He did a little cop-out. He made you choose the next person for the Nitro Gummy Bear. Now, let me just tell you something. Just look at me. If you watch my show very often, this is not the kind of thing that I do. I'm not a risk taker. I like to sit underneath the tree in my backyard in the shade, and that's like my idea of fun, right? So, at any rate, I'm going to do this because, Matt, you've been gracious to us. Your wife, you know what? Let me tell you a story real quick. So I watch Matt all the time. I watch a lot of people all the time. I've been watching him for a while. And I've been watching, and your wife's been on there quite a bit, so I'm speaking to you out there. And I'm like, I know her name, and I cannot remember it. Because he always says, my wife, my wife, my wife. And I'm like, this is a really unique name. So I'm sitting at school today, and I'm like, what in the world is her name? I'm trying to think. Then I start watching videos. I'm like, I got to figure this out. It's driving me nuts. So I send a message to Matt finally. I'm like, I got to give up. I cannot remember your wife's name, even though I know I've heard you say it before. And he tells me that Alita, I'm trying to pronounce that right. And he says, have fun trying to pronounce it. I'm like, why don't you just tell me how to pronounce it? At any rate, hey, I appreciate it. But listen, I appreciate your graciousness. A couple videos ago, you were kind enough to mention the fact that you've started watching some reselling channels, and you were kind enough to mention that you watch our channel. So thank you very much. Now, I got to tell you, I'm mad at you because you picked me for this challenge. And let me tell you, as soon as my wife saw that, she was like having the best day of her life because she knows that I cannot stand hot stuff. So I'm like, how am I going to get out of this? I got to get out of this. I can't do this. I'm going to sit here and cry on YouTube. I'm going to be sweating. I'm going to be dying. There's no way I'm going to be able to do this. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just try to motivate myself in a different way. So here's what we're going to do. I want viewers to give us some suggestions. I want to do it as a fundraiser. We're going to do this challenge. If you haven't seen this, go over there and check out Matt's, well, most of you watch Matt's channel anyway, but this video right here. And I want you to go over there and check it out. And he did unbelievable. I can tell you right now, I'm going to sit here. If I filmed this thing, I would be sweating and crying. I might be vomiting on the floor. It's going to be ugly. So I might have to like do it in like 10 times speed or something, just so I'm not embarrassed of y'all watching me. I mean, I have a hard time going. I like don't even get the mild wings at Buffalo Wild Wings. I get the honey barbecue. It's just going to be rough. But we're going to motivate. I'm going to motivate myself by doing this for charity. So I'm going to tell you at the end of the video, or at least when we go into the eBay cave, what we're going to do. But Alita, thank you for being kind to us, even though this wasn't all that kind. What's this deal with no women? She's like, I'd give it to a woman, you know, but I don't want to make my friends upset or what. I love it. So I got to figure out who we're going to do it for. I got to figure out how I'm going to be able to do this, but I appreciate it. And hopefully we'll do it for a good cause. All right, here is our little drawer here. And I'm trying to think. It's probably Froggy Flips is where I put these. This is an amazing one. I could have had these for free. There's 2 that sold today. Let's see, what was it? Kirby's Dreamland. I didn't take them for free, but I could have. I don't know. Maybe if I didn't have a YouTube channel, I probably would have. I don't know what I ended up giving him. He's like, you can have them. I'm like, really? So these are pretty good little sellers right here. I think, let me look. All right, $29, $21. I don't remember if that was including shipping or not, but pretty good. I mean, we're into this for next to nothing, so some great profit selling these Game Boy games, and we have like 5 more we're selling. So amazing. I was actually going to see Turner's baseball game. I saw one more sale. I'm like, we can fit one more in and still get there on time. And we did, and I'm glad we did, because boy, this was a great one right there. Always be sure if you're selling authentic ones to put the word, you know, authentic or original in there, because there are a bunch of knockoffs that are getting sold out there. They're depressing the market, unfortunately, but you know, what you can do. All right, and this one was a recent buy as well. This is one of the greatest garage sales I've ever been to, and you're going to see it on the video here coming up in a week or so. Just went last week. Amazing. And we got a Switch at that sale, along with tons of other stuff. This one, so I paid, I'm trying to remember. I'm not even going to tell you. Let's just say that we're going to end up making a couple $100 off the deal in the end, at least. This one right here sold for $37, I think. Yeah, I was right. $37 free ship on this one. And it's going to go a long way in paying back our initial investment. We're not going to be there yet, but we're getting close. And we have a switch to sell, which is awesome. I brought that home and Turner was excited. I'm like, what do you need 2 switches for? He's like, I don't. You can sell it. I like it. He's like, because he says, who would sell a switch? I think that's hilarious. At any rate, $37 free ship on that one. All right, next one is back here as well. A pair of sandals. And, you know, I'm racking my brain here. And I'm trying to remember where I got these. I think I got them at a flea market. But I can't remember. These weren't huge sellers. They sold for $20. I probably paid a couple bucks. They'll go out first class. I have no problem whatsoever putting these in like a padded envelope. Or not even a padded envelope. Just putting them in a poly bag. 20 bucks. I think free shipping should go out at the 8 ounce. Maybe creep over the 8 ounce rate. Not a huge profit, but we'll make probably $10 profit on it. All right, last one. Let me go this way. 2 sales back here. Actually, it's 2 different sales, but one was a hat that I picked up with a couple other hats. It didn't turn out to be a great buy, and the other one turned out to be okay, even though I paid up as far as a hat goes. But they were both quick flippers because they're on top of the pile here. Well, not quite on top, but close. So this one, Salt Life, it's a little bit worn, but that's kind of what you want, right? I mean, it's Salt Life. Everything down at the beach is worn. And this one sold for $7 plus shipping. I think I paid $1. So, you know, what is that? $4.50 profit. Nothing amazing. This one I paid $5, and it sold for $20 plus shipping. So, you know, we're probably making maybe 12, I think. Probably about right. The reason this one didn't sell for as much because it had that logo there. Probably could have asked 23 or 4. But because of that logo already stitched in, it didn't sell for as much, but it was new. So, but I'll take those sales. Those are easy sellers, easy shippers. Rarely, if ever, do you get a return on them. So I love them. Hey, I forgot a couple of thank yous. One, because it wasn't on the messaging system. The other 2 were, and I still forgot them. So here you go. This one's from Mike, and he bought one of the Game Boy games, I think is what it was. He says, hey, Kevin, been watching your channels for a while and was excited when I found this game pop up. When I found that this game popped up on your store, learned a lot off of your videos and actually look forward to a little bit of history you inject in them as well. Some of you do. Some of them are like, get on with it. Get to the point. Forget the history. Let me know. Tell me what you like in the... Not that I'm going to change. I can't help but talk about history sometimes. It just is kind of who I am, right? Well, I suppose I could help it. Hope you and your family are doing well. Thanks, Mike. Mike, thank you. Appreciate it. All right, look at this. This is from the Salt Life hat right here. This was Janice. And she says, thanks for the cap, Kevin. By the way, I love the history lesson, in my opinion. I think you should make it a regular segment on your videos. Just saying, Ted. I don't know about a regular segment, but we definitely inject it every once in a while. Appreciate it. Thank you very much. That's Ted. I said Janice, but it's Ted. So the mailing address, well, you get the point. All right, last but not least here, this is from Mike. And he bought that hat right there, that Oakley hat. You must have saw it in the video the other day. Hi, Kevin and Commonwealth family. Long-time lurker here. Long-time lurker. I've seen, in other words, you don't comment often. I've seen every single video on both channels. That is a long-time lurker right there. Every single one? And you didn't give up on us back then? All right, tell us, what's your favorite video? That's a good one for anybody to come. What's your favorite video we've done? Commonwealth Picker or Commonwealth Flipper? Just pick out one video. Maybe you'll jog my memory. We've done a lot, 800 or so. Been selling on and off for 23 years on eBay. That's longer than I've been doing it. I've been a little over 20 years. You have recently inspired me to go full-time, and now I have 2 eBay stores. A shout-out would be amazing. Well, there you go. Here we go. Let me give you your shout-out here. Dino Mike, exclamation point. Is that right? Did I get that right? If not, put it in the comments. SIP, that's caps, _ media spot. Okay, we go by the name Staten Island Pickers on YouTube and Instagram. Staten Island Pickers on YouTube and Instagram. Go check them out. Thanks for all you do for the community of resellers. Some stickers would be a great bonus. We'll throw in some stickers for sure for you. Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. All right, a few more sales from CommonwealthPicker.com. What you got?
Lorraine from New York, Kelly from Iowa, Patrick from Virginia, and Quinn's Trends from Tennessee.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hey, Quinn's Trends, I haven't heard from you in a while. Thank you for that. They bought stuff from us in the past. They've been very supportive, as have all of you folks. So thank you. And there's always, if y'all leave a message, I try to get it on at the end of the video. And I think one of them left a message for you, but I'll make sure you get a chance to read it, okay? All right.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at commonwealthpicker.com.
All right, the magical day is here for all you sick and tired of hearing about this Mary Kay lipstick case. $12.81 free shipping, the very last one. It's a sad, sad day. We made over $200 on this simple little $3 buy. Just selling something over and over and over again, making a little bit of money. Love those guys. Speaking of multiples, and this is $9.41, okay? And so it's getting shipped out for $2.89, paid 50 cents. So there's not a huge profit in this item right here, but there's definitely over $4 in it. And we bought like 55 of them, so, I mean, how easy is that? Definitely, it's Dave Matthews, and it is the Warehouse Edition Some Devil. Don't have too many of these left, but we have a few, I don't know, 10 maybe. All right, you gotta help me out here. So if you watch all these I watch all these YouTube channels, but I don't watch every video on every single channel, so you gotta help me out here. So my understanding is somebody sent this, what was it called? Nitro Gummy Bear to Lonnie. I never saw Lonnie eat it, and I watch a lot of Lonnie shows. And then it got sent off to Ryan over there at Thrift Mine. So Shed Flips to Thrift Mine. And I didn't see Ryan eat. Was it on the Crazy? I watched Crazy Dreamers too, and I didn't see it on there. So you got to help me out. Tell me the videos, because I want to go check it out. Because I'm going to cry like a baby. And Matt didn't cry like a baby, so I'm going to feel, you know, a little insufficient here. But I think I hear that Ryan did a little bit of sweating and crying. I would love to see it at least to make me feel better about eating this hot thing. But I want to know how Lonnie got it. That's what I want to know. For sure. And then I got to figure out who I got to send this thing to. So I think what we're going to do, initially I told the kids, I'm like, hey, let's do this. Let's do buy me a coffee. Let's have viewers send us $2 to buy me a coffee. Except for it to be like, buy me a water. Except for I know you're not supposed to drink water. Some viewers are like, don't do this. This is crazy. Don't do it. Well, I agree. Trust me. But I want to make it something a little bit. We're gonna raise some money for something. I told the kids, I'm like, we're gonna raise it for the little animal shelter thing that we give to. Let's just have people, you know, send in money and then in their name for doing this crazy thing. I'm like, you know what? Let's do this. Maybe we'll do half of it that way, but let's do this. Let's have people do that. Buy me a coffee. I'll put it up here. I can't remember what the buy me a coffee is. It's also in the description. And we'll take all that money that comes in, and we're going to do, I don't know if we'll split it between a charity the kids want to do, or if we're going to say, whoever we challenge, if assuming I survive this thing, whoever we challenge here, we'll say this. We're like, all right, let's say people can chime in on Buy Me a Coffee, and you send $2 in and you say, hey, make X do this, make Y do this, make so-and-so do this. And you can give your opinion, and we'll just see, you know, what people are saying in there. We'll take that all into account, and then we'll send it out to one of those people. And if they decide to take the challenge, we'll say all the money that was raised in our Buy Me a Coffee, they can choose who gets that. They can choose which charity they want to donate that to in their name, and of course in the name of the people who do it. Let me know. You think that's a good idea? You can chime in the comments below, of course. But if you want to chime in for $2 on Buy Me a Coffee, we'll see if we can raise maybe $100 and then be able to give that to a charity of whoever we challenge next, their choice, you know. Like if somebody did that to me, I'd say, all right, let's do this with St. Jude, right? Or something like that. And so we'll let them decide. But, you know, if we're going to do something stupid, which in my book, this is, for Blue Ridge Mama, this isn't stupid. This is like, you know, the best day ever. But golly, at any rate, hey, in all seriousness, I would love to do that. And I would love, I'm thinking, you know, she said she wasn't going to do a woman. So I'm like, oh man. But I'm thinking, as soon as she said that, I'm thinking, you know, Cat Nurse Flipper. I'm thinking Renee Paper and Moose. I just feel like maybe I couldn't do that either. Homeschooling Picker. She's animated enough. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine her? Oh gosh, I can see her eating that. But then I would feel awful watching that. Man, I feel Jocelyn. Crazy. Maybe Drew instead, not Jocelyn. I don't know. We'll see. I know. I mean, Cincinnati Picker's got to get this thing. There's a few Froggy Flips out there. Mountain Man Trail. I can think of a bunch. This will be interesting. Anyway, Buy Me a Coffee if you want to chime in and donate to at least make this thing to a good cause. Oh, I wanted to say one more thing real quick. Alita, she has a YouTube channel. She has nothing posted on there. See, I can't send it, but I should send it right back to you. But I can't do that. So, she has this YouTube channel, and I think it's, what is it? I'll probably put it up here, but it's Part-Time Picker's Better Half, which, by the way, is definitely true. That's like without a doubt. But she doesn't have any content in there. So, my challenge to you, by the end of the summer, is to put one video up on your channel. And y'all go over there and subscribe to her channel, and then, well, you can't. Well, then go to Matt's channel and tell her, hey, you sent this thing to Commonwealth Picker. You need to post one video on your channel by the end of summer. Thanks. Hey, y'all, got this in the mail. Came to the P.O. box right here, and this is from Gator Flips in Orlando, Florida. Hey, does that mean when I come down to go to Disney next time, y'all gonna put me up? You got an extra room? My wife and I purchased an Inaman from you, and she gave it to me as a gift to help get things moving in my eBay store. So there you go. I told y'all we're at least going to release 5 of these, and there is a distinct possibility we're going to release 25 more Inaman, if you can believe that. If you're new to the channel, you got to go back a ways. Anyway, let's see here. Where did I lose my spot here? Things moving in my eBay store. Gator Flips and Gator Flips 2. So you got 2 eBay stores there. I was so thrilled that someone I considered one of my favorite YouTubers, what do you mean one of my favorite? No, I'm kidding. And resellers gave my YouTube channel a shout out, Gator Flips. I have now reached the ranks of those channels that have a sticker to give out to viewers that purchase from me. I would be honored if you could find a location on one of your drawers for my sticker. This way I would get to see it from time to time. I wish you and the whole family all the best. So absolutely we will do that. So we may have to cut it down here. We had to do that with Pittsburgh Picker because it's a little too wide. You see that? I think if we cut off the top there, I think we can get it to fit just barely. Awesome. Thank you. Hey, we got a special guest. We got Sophie wrapped up in a blanket. And, of course, Reagan. You know what? I told Blue Ridge Mama she needed to come in here and get this stuff out of my blue chair. It's been here 2 days. You know what she told me? She said, you'll survive. You'll survive. I said, but it's in the blue chair. She said, you'll survive. All right. Who got what here? What do we do?
Trish and Kim.
Trish and Kim. All right. So Trish bought this. Kim bought this, and Kim left a message, Sophie. You know what she said? She said that she needs something to get her butt moving and to get her store rolling, so she got the Inaman. So, or the We Get Things Moving sticker, I should say. Hey, I saw these little pins, and Reagan, you don't know much about the Civil Rights Movement 1964, but I'm a history teacher, so that stuff interests me. And it reminded me, you want to get down, Soph? It reminded me of a message from Side Hustle Sam. I had forgotten a while back. He got some pins off of us. He got some pins. It was the I Like Ike pin. And I forgot to mention his channel, so I'm going to mention it right there. And look, I got some more pins, y'all. 1964 NAACP pins. I haven't even looked them up yet. I think I paid $2, so I'm hoping they're worth something. We'll see. What do you think, Soph? You think so? Think they're worth something? All right.
Bye, and don't forget to get your sticker at CommonwealthPicker.com.
All right, y'all, giveaway time. 25,000 subscribers on the Commonwealth Picker channel, giveaway time. And would you believe that out of the 4 giveaways, Matt's hat, my hat, even the first edition mug, I thought that would be a big one. It was the second biggest. The Inaman is still the most commented upon of all of them. Amazing. So here we go. This is it right here. Who's going to be the winner? Don't forget, by the way, to contact me on Instagram or in an email. Ed Heyer. We Get Things Moving. Check me out on Instagram, send me a DM, or go ahead and go to commonwealthpicker@gmail.com, send me an email, and we'll get the Inaman off to you. And for all of you who are so disappointed now, listen, we're going to make 5 of them available, maybe up to 25 available in the next month, probably on commonwealthpicker.com is my guess. And, you know, that's tough for me at this point because there's so few left. But we got a little surprise coming up for you. I'll just tell you right now. We were able to find a few more. Amazing. I can't believe it. Hey, y'all, I don't think I have anything to read here. You got anything to say? She says, yeah, I got something to say. Put me down. Hey, so I'm just going to say thanks for joining us. As always, you guys are always gracious to us. We appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully you saw a couple things you might find out there on the garage sale trail this weekend. Good luck to you, and we'll see you next time.